I'm finally doing my first pregnancy update. This week I am 14 weeks pregnant. Yes, it's been 14 weeks and I've waited so long for that first trimester to pass, and I'm so glad that I'm on my second, and I cannot wait for September to come because I'm having my regular checkup on the second week of September. I'll probably be able to find out the sex of this baby, so I'm very excited. But first, I want to talk about what happened, what kind of symptoms and body changes that I had in the first trimester, and then I'll talk about my current situation. So in the very beginning of this pregnancy, probably week 2, maybe 3, before even I found out that I was pregnant, I legit thought I was having a heat stroke, which was very weird because in my entire life, I've never been weak, like physically. So I've always been like at least, average or above average, healthy person. But this summer, we were having like the worst summer because the weather was super hot and the humidity was just, terrible. So I thought, well, maybe it's because of that. So basically I was having a bad headache and I had very low energy. I couldn't pick myself up out of the bed to go out and do something. I pretty much lay down in my bed looking at my phone, and then I was kind of dizzy. I think I was very dizzy, so that was that. And then when I found out that I was pregnant, that was week 6, and after that I still had headache, which I'm still having this headache, but it's gotten slightly better. But in the beginning, the headache was pretty severe, and then my stomach, oh my gosh, my stomach was just, I felt so nauseated. I felt like I was going to throw up, but I've never physically threw up, but just feels like I'm going to throw up in any minute. It's the worst feeling ever, and the stomach feels so like queasy, and then just very unstable, and then I feel like I'm seasick. It's so terrible. And I described this to my husband as like, you're so wasted, you're so drunk in the middle of the night, say it's like 3 a.m. and you just got a cab and you're on this taxi, and this taxi is going on a very bumpy road. Remember, you're so wasted and the road is bumpy, and you know what happens next? You're just going to throw up because the car is constantly just shaking and you can't throw up, so you're just holding it and the car is just like moving and like and he was like, oh my gosh, is that what you're feeling? Oh my gosh. So that's pretty much what I was feeling in the very beginning. I had it all written down on my notebook, so if I'm constantly looking at this way, it's my notebook. And then like basically it feels like I'm having a really bad hangover. Oh, also the size of the stomach has like shrunk or something. I cannot eat much. Like, it's so ridiculous because I always feel bloated. Even after like having like 2 cups of water, I feel like I'm so full and so bloated. So I cannot have big meal. I always have to have like small meals very frequently, and then I find myself peeing a lot. I go to the bathroom a lot, and then all senses that I have in my body, they have become super duper ultra sensitive. I can smell like small little thing from like a mile away. So like when was it? I cannot remember the exact incident of this, but something smelled really terrible and I could feel it like really strongly, and I was like what is this? Who's smoking? Like, who's doing what? And my hubby is always like, smells like nothing smelling, and like a minute later it just kicks in and he's like, oh, how did you know, you know? And then every time he secretly farts and I'm like, who farted? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, it doesn't really smell like anything. And I'm like, yes, it does smell like a really bad turd. So I can smell like the smallest thing from a mile away. And then just my all senses, they're very sensitive. And oh, if you like open the refrigerator every once in a while, it's not like always, but if we have like a really strong food in the freezer and I'm like, oh, don't open that, you know. Also, when you're pregnant, your body temperature goes up, so I'm always so hot, so thirsty. I've never in my life ever had water this much. I'm like a whale, I'm like a fish. I constantly reach for water. And then no matter how fresh and how amazing dessert is, nothing can make my mouth feels fresh. Like, it's so weird. Like, after having like food, I have to eat something fresh. I have to eat dessert. But even after that, I still feel like, you know, there's something I need to take to just freshen up this mouth. So I brush my teeth and that doesn't do anything. So it's the worst. It's really weird. If you guys have ever experienced this, please let me know what you guys did, what helps and everything. It just, I always carry mints and gums with me. That doesn't help because, you know, mints and gums, after they're done, I still feel like I need to get more to just freshen up this mouth. So that's like a really, you know, kind of like, that's really obnoxious. I just cannot feel entirely fresh in my mouth. Those are the symptoms and kind of like morning sicknesses that I've had. I searched up online and people say like headache is one of the morning sicknesses. So to me, I don't, there's no food that I cannot eat, and at the same time there's no particular food or flavor that I crave. I don't really crave anything at all. It's not like, oh my gosh, I need taco at, you know, 1 a.m. or I don't know. I don't really crave anything. And then every once in a while, if I see something on TV, then I'm like, oh, I kind of feel like eating it. But other than that, I don't have any, you know, random food popping on my head just randomly. In terms of body change, oh my gosh, my boobs have gotten bigger. Like bigger and firmer. So I have small boobs to begin with, so even now it's like they're not big, but they're definitely big to my standards, so I'm kind of happy. I've never had this big boobs in my entire life. So normally I wear 34A, but now, oh my gosh, I cannot wear bras that hooks in the back because it just like, it just confines me. I cannot breathe. I feel so uncomfortable. So now I switched up to like kind of like a sports bra, but it's for it's made of like really like stretchy and really soft material. So now I feel a lot better. But it's not particularly for maternity, which I'm, you know, ultimately going to switch up to like maternity underwears, but right now I'm just wearing regular sports bra kind of thing that are really really like soft and stretchy. And what else? Oh, my boobs gotten bigger and my nipples kind of gotten bigger there and darker. Also, this is totally TMI, but I'm just gonna say it. In the very beginning, I'm talking about like from 6 to like 10 weeks, I was so horny. Like, I've never been this horny in my entire life. I was like, what is wrong with me? I need to see some pictures. I need to see some videos. It was just really strange. But now I'm in my regular self, so not I don't need any kind of those like, you know, videos and pictures anymore, but during that period of time I was very, very horny. Ooh, another important thing, I go to sleep very early. Before this pregnancy, I've never gone to bed before 1 a.m. It's always like between 1 and 2 a.m. and then I wake up kind of late in the morning. But now, like, since I was pregnant, I go to sleep 9:30ish p.m. and then I wake up like 7 in the morning. It's like a freaking elementary school student. And it kind of helps, you know, but it's a really good thing for me, in fact, because when I used to go to bed at like 1, 2 a.m. I actually had to struggle. I had to force myself to go to sleep, which never happens easily. I had to, you know, to count numbers, you know, I had to look into my phones and everything. But now I'm like, at like 8:30 p.m. I'm like, oh, I'm sleepy, you know, and I go to bed and I straight up go to sleep, and that's a really, really good thing. And in the morning I wake up, I don't need an alarm, I don't need my iPhone, I just wake up at 7 a.m. and that's been really helping a lot, because ever since after I was like 20, ever since I went to college, I've never been able to wake up on my own before like 7. I always needed, you know, multiple alarms and everything, but now it's like, you know, I just wake up and it's 7 a.m. So now that I am 14 weeks pregnant, first I'm going to show you guys my bump. I'm going to insert it either here or here, but this is my bump. Well, before I explained, I'm telling you guys, I've never had a flat stomach in my life. I've always been that chubby girl, so I think that half of this bump is food, is the fat that I've always had. So just consider that the half is just fat and the half is the baby. So now the belly is kind of like sticking out, but if I dress real good, like if I wear like a really, you know, loose shirt and then like a kind of tight pants, and then I style it real good, then the bump is still not that noticeable. But I can definitely feel my bottoms getting, you know, feeling a lot smaller. I cannot fit into those like bottoms anymore. Not necessarily because my tummy has gotten bigger, but it's just not comfortable, you know. I feel like I want to, you know, unbuckle, and I feel like I want to change it to something else. So now all I wear is either maxi dress or maxi dress. I definitely need to go out and buy like maternity bottoms, not necessarily tops because I have many loose tops, but all my bottoms. Like for example, I went to ZARA store yesterday and I tried their leggings. I could definitely fit into size medium and large, but they're just not comfortable, you know. It's not about the size, it's about the comfort. So I couldn't wear those, so I ended up not buying anything. But my belly is definitely sticking out. The headache is still there, but I feel like the half of it is gone, so the pain level has definitely come down. And in regards to the nauseation, it's almost gone. So I'm feeling a lot better, because during my first trimester, it's not like this, you know, the smell that bothers me, it's the nauseation that just, you know, prohibits me from eating, you know, different foods. But now I can eat everything, literally. None of the smell bothers me. I don't feel, you know, I don't feel like I'm going to throw up. So it's been, you know, really good in regards to morning sickness. But the energy level is still low. I have to take about 2-story height of staircases to get to our apartment, and that just makes me feel so behind my breath, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. So definitely my energy is still low. I feel like if I run or if I do any kind of like intense exercise, I feel like I'm going to be really exhausted. But since I don't work out, I feel so like groggy, and I feel like I so need to stretch up my body and everything. So I'm thinking about doing either yoga or Pilates. Beauty-wise, I don't use anything particular that's like specifically designed for pregnant women. All the foundations, powders, and obviously like eyeshadows and everything that I'm using right now are all the things that I've used before the pregnancy as well. But there are a couple of things that I switched up because I wanted some milder ingredients. So I'm definitely going to make a separate video about it, talking about my, I don't know, like top 5, top 10 things I like for pregnant women and everything. So if you want to see that, definitely give this video a big thumbs up. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my videos and sticking with me on my channel. I really love to see your comments. I feel like I have the best subscribers ever. Now, I don't have many subscribers, but all those subscribers are so sweet and so nice. So I really appreciate all your thoughtful and sweet comments, and I want you to know that. So you guys have a nice, fabulous day, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!